Well, greetings, gamers. This is Dr. Ayleen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to have a thought, have a moment, take a break, take a breath, chat, chill, whatever it is. And I hope that this is JJ the Buddy and Papa Merritt, my two awesome moderators. Papa Merritt, an amazing up-and-coming streamer who definitely give a click to that name and shout yourself out, my friend. And JJ the Bunny. Okay. I've worked on this. AKA Hugs Bunny, aka Punny Bunny, aka Funny Bunny, aka Techie Bunny, aka, and hold on, Likeable Leporidae. See, I found a new one. Leporidae is the family of animals that rabbits fall into. So it's like, gee, I wonder what would be another name for JJ. See, Leporidae. And if you want to know other interesting things about rabbits, rabbits cannot barf or vomit. And like a chameleon, a rabbit has 360-degree vision. Some rabbits can make a long jump of 10 feet. And, it's like, you know what? Look up rabbits sometimes. They're actually very interesting creatures. Question, did you serve in the military? Question to JJ. I did not. You know what? And also, absolutely happy Memorial Day. It is a day, and for those of you who live outside the U.S., this is a day that we commemorate all those who have passed, who are no longer with us, who are in the military. And I am the proud, very, very, very proud daughter of not one, but two Air Force sergeants. My parents met at Ramstein Air Force Base. They were married there. At that time, you could not be in the military and be pregnant. So she retired, and my dad stayed in. And so I spent the first big portion of my life going from base to base and staying, moving every 18 months and actually spending most of the time without my dad. And there is something that is very bonding about, when you grow up military. And thank you to everyone who served and continue to serve in the military. Without y'all, we wouldn't be free. Yep. Specifically avoided it, but I definitely appreciate those who have. Yeah. I mean, and especially for Memorial Day, to remember, those who, there's the saying that all gave some and some gave all. And today is a day to remember all the ones who gave all. And, growing up military meant that sometimes, parents didn't come home. And, and at that time it was always our dads. There were some who had mothers who were, like nurses or clerical, and they did support stuff. I'm going to end up going to the gym with my uncle. Awesome. That's a wonderful thing to do on a holiday. And, and to this day, if I see someone in a military uniform, I will go up to them and thank them for their service, because, it is an important thing for us to remember. And especially, he told me he had to bring me, and I need to get stronger. Hey, it's always good to be stronger, and getting stronger on the inside as well as on the outside. So, and you're already a pretty strong guy. But, and it's funny because when I think about, the difference, of, the world the way it is now and the world the way it was when I grew up. And it is, it's just different. And, I think about how, growing up military, it meant you lived on bases, and, sometimes we lived on bases, sometimes we lived near the base. But, going to the commissary, the commissary, which was the grocery store, going to the PX, which was which was like the drugstore. We lived on bases that had movie theaters on it and bowling alleys. And there would be times when, like with, sometimes a bunch of the dads would come home who were all like a part of the same unit. They'd all come home at the same time, and then we'd have barbecues, and, it was sort of a separate life. And I look back on it very, very fondly. And even though I never went into the military, because that was something my father said that he did not want for me, and I was highly discouraged from going into the military, because like everything has light and shadow, there were definite hard parts to being in the military that my dad never wanted me to see or experience. And, it is, it's still important to really honor, not just the people who go, but also their families, because, they're the ones trying to hold home and hearth together, waiting for someone to come home. And sometimes that can be challenging. Sometimes when people come home, there's burdens that they carry, and there's hard things that they've experienced that make it very difficult for them to be able to, walk in the world in the same way. And, my heart and my prayers and my thoughts go out to all of those who came back with struggles. And, ultimately, no matter how you feel about, the whole function, and, there's a lot of different opinions about, it's like the role of the military. And there's a lot of very dynamic conversations about that. What I figure is that, you always honor the people. I got to tell you something, Doc. Okay, sweetie, what would you like to tell me? I am waiting with bated breath. Oh, beverage of the morning. We go back to the bulletproof coffee because I came in very late. I spent the weekend, visiting a friend up in Paradise, California, where a couple of years ago there was a big fire. And I had visited the town before the fire, and visiting it afterwards, it was like, wow. Just to see so much devastation, and the fact that, they're still working on rebuilding. So, blessings to them. But I came in late last night, so I'm a teensy bit tired this morning. So we're doing the bulletproof coffee, which, if you don't know, bulletproof coffee is coffee with butter in it. Now, I know, I can picture the look on your face, like, coffee and butter. It's an acquired taste, but it's actually very tasty. I'm going to Walt Disney World next year in July. You're going to Walt Disney World next year, and in July, I'm going to Georgia. Oh, you're going to go spend time with your brother. Yay! That is so cool. Oh, my gosh. Congratulations. Hey, when I'm out in my RV and roaming around and seeing stuff, I am definitely, because I've been to Disneyland, and the door opens, and here comes Luna. And yes, hi, sweetie. Hello. Don't know if he'll be there or not, but hey, I definitely, I've always wanted to go to Epcot Center, and I've always wanted to go to Disney World. And those are a couple of things that I'm definitely going to do. I don't know if he'll be there or not. Well, hopefully he will. And give a good thought for Luna. She had a very difficult couple of days, because while I was gone, since I was only gone for a couple of days, I decided to just, make sure she had a clean cat box, make sure she had enough food and enough water, so I left her at home. And she has been very kind of testy with me lately. And JJ the Buddy's been to all three. And welcome to my nameless family, J Stun Z, the man, the myth, the VR owner. And I'm still, we're still waiting to see what J Stun Z does in VR with Phasmophobia. I'm sorry, if there is absolutely nothing else that you click on that name and follow him for, which, there are so many reasons. I gotta try to figure out streaming it. you need to go and follow Jay Stunzy, because there is almost nobody who has a more hilarious time getting ghosts to want to just decimate him than Jay Stunzy. But I'm getting more used to playing it in Phasmo, not getting as dizzy. I know. I mean, for those of you, who don't know, yes, I do have a VR. And yes, I had to seriously get used to, because it will make you dizzy. It will make, it's like your brain is saying one thing and your sensations are saying another. And it is very easy to get sort of motion sick with it. So you have to kind of, ease your way into it. Oh, we've got Infamous Joe in the house, and Mixel 119. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you guys here. Everybody. I personally, Infamous J.O., my personal Obi-Wan Kenobi when it comes to Don't Starve. You ever want to learn how to play that game, or pretty much almost any other game this guy plays, because he plays games and he has excellent commentary, and you learn stuff watching his streams. And Mixel 119, who is absolutely cool. Click that name, give it a follow, because especially, if you speak German, awesome. And also because even if you don't understand exactly what he's saying, it's still fun to watch him play. So please go and give some love to both Infamous Jo and Mixel 119, because they are, two very, very awesome guys. And it is, I am so happy to, I was gone for a couple of days, and I left Saturday right after, dead on, right after I finished streaming. And I was, I was sort of, kind of helping somebody through a hard time, because, ooh, I'm going live now! Absolutely. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I am very happy for people to let people know that they're streaming when they're streaming. And I know there's like etiquette points where it's like, well, you're not supposed to usually self-promote without permission. You have my permission. I am totally into it. And so, and because Twitch, there is like a multi thing. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but you can watch like more than one stream at a time. I've got more than one monitor, but there's actually a link for you to be able to watch more than one stream at a time. And I'm trying to think. It's like, what is there? Because there's a particular website. Hold on. Twitch. I can watch. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Putting something in the chat. Okay. I just put a link, and if you go to this, you can actually be able to watch more than one stream at a time. So, hey, enjoy yourselves. And let's see. There's a couple of services that provide multi-stream is one of them. Okay, JJ the Bunny, our loving Lepidoptera, I think. Wait a minute, what was that word I said? Now I can't remember the word I said. Anyway, Leporidae, our loving Leporidae, has provided also another stream, link that you can use with that. But yeah, if you got stuff going on and you've got, you've got multiple streams, as soon as I learned how to do that, now the trick is that, you can click between the streams, and that will, show which one you can chat in. Just make sure that when you're chatting or putting something in, you're on the right stream. So that can get very confusing sometimes. But hey, I'm old. We get confused a lot. And no, that is not a dig. I can say that in all confidence. But, young people forget things too. But at least, once you reach my age, you get to use it as an excuse. Anyway, But you know, make sure that, you know, you're supporting. You know, I really, really love seeing people support each other. I really love seeing people, you know, talk about what they're proud of, talk about what it is that, you know, they really, you know, if you're excited about something, I want to be excited about it for you, because we live in a world, in, you know, my gentle opinion, we live in a world where we could use as much good news as we can get. And I think that it is important for us to celebrate as much as we can. And, you know, I mean, we only have so much to celebrate with ourselves. So when we have a chance to celebrate something with somebody else, and even if it's just that somebody's going to go on and stream, because that takes a little bit more than most people think. If you don't stream, first off, do it. It's awesome. It rocks. And second, it is, you know, it's more than just like clicking on a computer, clicking on a camera, and, you know, just doing stuff. You know, there's a lot to this. And, you know, when somebody, and sometimes a part of it is, you know, how are you feeling? How are you, you know, because sometimes, you know, it's hard. And sometimes it's like, you know, getting that excitement up, and depending on what's going on in your life, and, you know, and if those are hard things, I'm so sorry. And, you know, sending you the best thoughts possible. And, you know, sometimes it does take a little bit to kind of light that fire under ourselves to go, you know, get on and stream, because there's always stuff that goes on in our personal lives. And, you know, whether it's suddenly your schedule is really busy, or, you know, maybe you're just going through something and, you know, you need some quiet time. But, you know, it's important to celebrate when somebody does something like that, because, you know, it is a part of their work, especially if it's something they're trying to build. So that's why I always, you know, want to enthusiastically support folks and encourage people to go to streams and to follow streamers, and, you know, and to help everybody get a leg up. And I have been so blessed to have so many people who have helped me out and have allowed me to more easily do all of this. And hydrate, yes. Oh, in case you didn't come in when I said it, it's coffee and butter, bulletproof coffee today. So yes, we hydrate with that. And, you know, I just, you know, I'm so grateful for, you know, Papa and for JJ, who come in and who help me out and who moderate, even though they've got like other stuff to do. I'm hoping, JJ, you have today off. You know, usually it's like, okay, what's JJ having for lunch? But, you know, hopefully you're able to stay home and relax today, you know, with it being a national holiday. But, you know, it's just something. And, you know, it's like in the chat where you see, you know, the information about the Nameless family, who are just an amazing group of folks who are really, you know, very, you know, supportive. And it's a, you know, it's a community that I definitely suggest you look into, because it is awesome. Tuesday is the new Monday. Oh, I know. I mean, doesn't it feel weird? It's like you have a holiday off on Monday, and then you hit Tuesday, and you know mentally it's a Tuesday, but everything about it feels like a Monday, so it kind of throws off the whole rest of the week. I mean, I guess it's the calendar version of VR. It's like your brain's telling you one thing and everything else is telling you another. So, yes. But, you know, it's still, you know, it's another week, it's another opportunity, it's another time to, you know, what do I want to make happen this week? I mean, you know, there's always the things that we want to make happen. I want to get an RV and a Rottweiler named Carl and Luna and I will just roam around the country and visit as many of you as I can. And I want to travel internationally to visit as many of them as I can. You know, I am definitely going to be going to Germany because I want to see where my parents met. And I'm definitely going up into Canada because I want to see where I was born. And you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. And that's stuff that's going to be a couple of years down the line still. The question is, and I know everybody has those things that they want to do, but the question is, what do you want to do this week? Think of one thing this week that you would like to get done. Maybe it's reorganize your closet. Maybe it's, take out the garbage. Maybe it's doing the dusting. It doesn't have to be a big, huge, earth-changing thing for it to be something you can say, you know what? I wanted to do this and I did it. Maybe it's catching up on some of that paperwork that you need to catch up on. And yes, the paperwork, it's like, why? But it's something we need to do. So divide it up and say, you know what? Out of the paperwork that I need to deal with, this is what I'm going to do on Monday. This is what I'm going to do on Tuesday. Schedule in, you know what? Schedule in maybe a day to rest. You can always do that. It doesn't have to be like, something major and productive. How about you make it happen and say, you know what? One day this week, I'm going to rest. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to play a few video games, or I'm going to take a walk, or I'm going to, go to that park that, I always drive by and think, wow, it'd be nice to take a walk there. Or, I'm going to call up that friend who I haven't talked to in a while, who I always used to love talking to. There is all kinds of things that we can do to make something happen. Survival Steve! Oh my gosh, welcome, folks. Click on that name so you can go and hang out with someone who has a very energetic commentary and an adorable family, and who is, he not only has fun playing games, he makes it fun watching him play games. So definitely give a click on it. Papa, give a shout out, and what is it? Hey, gorgeous, how are you? I'm doing okay. Lol, hello. Yes, well, infamous J.O. is gorgeous. Hi, Charlotte. Yes, hello, Charlotte. Charlotte, hi, wonderful lady. How are you, wonderful, wonderful lady? Right back at you. Oh my gosh, folks, we have got an awesome group of folks here in the chat, which means that you need to click on I Charlotte M, because you're talking about someone who is as, lovely and sweet as she could possibly be, who, is like, watching her game, and oh, do not mistake, Charlotte can be quite the badass when it comes to, when she gets into that, she can be a true warrior princess, and she's also warm and cuddly and just very sweet, or the big mouth. It is, there's just so many cool streamers, and I am so blessed to be able to, call them my friends. I've just dyed my hair pink, just putting some makeup on and getting ready to stream some Call of Duty. See folks, Charlotte, she has this beautiful balance of princess and warrior princess. So, you definitely, that link that I put in about, like watching multiple streams, do that, fire up some of these folks, because it is just so cool to be able to interact and watch streamers. I mean, there's an awesome streamer, Gaming with Kentucky and JD, and he often says, you don't watch a stream for the game, you watch a stream for the streamer. Well, these are streamers that are definitely worth watching. I mean, and you could see streamers all playing the same game, and yet they play it with this uniqueness that is theirs. So that's why you want to I have got a big, but you can only have 3 running at a time. Really? Oh, okay. They had, I thought once I did 4, but that may depend on which format it is. But hey, that's still 3. I have got a big mouth, but it's like, that's okay, because that's just more mouth for you to smile with. And she does have a lovely smile, so please go give her a click. And being able to, balance all of this stuff and still do the things that we need to do. I mean, we all have stuff that we do, and some streamers have full-time day jobs, and some streamers have, they work at home, or or they take care of their families. I'm gonna be lurking and playing GTA. You enjoy GTA, play nice, just don't kill everybody. But I will be streaming it. And if you have more than 3 running, only 3 will count as a view for the... Oh. Thank you so much for that information, Survival Steve. Okay, Survival Steve be dropping some information on us. So we want to make sure that those views count for the streamers. And, and Papa, you go and enjoy, the play nice with all the criminals, and be courteous, but go and have fun. It really is. It's, because, I mean, for me, I'm starting my day doing this. And I know, for many, it's like it may be the morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I also know that you've got a lot of folks that you can choose to hang out with. So I'm very, very grateful that you hang out here. I love GTA roleplay and GTA. I have watched a lot of folks doing the GTA roleplay, and it's like, I mean, it's kind of intriguing. There's a part of me that wants to do it just for the roleplay because, I mean, I've done a lot of theater. I do voice acting. And, so, hey, if you're part of a gaming dev, hit me up. So my oldest, okay, we'll allow that. So let my son be DJ. My son ran around killing all the hookers. Well, I'm back to work tomorrow. We had today off for a bank holiday. Nice. So, I mean, today is a wonderful day for folks to sit at home and stream and enjoy themselves and relax. And for those of you who do have to work today, much love to you. I'm so sorry. Honestly, not a fan of roleplay, but to each their own. Yeah. I mean, I like role-playing, and, but I mean, I grew up in the Dungeon and Dragon. To me, role-playing involved, paladins, druids, and magic potions. But I'm going to play some 7 Days to Die. Oh, okay. Coolness. So, being able to kind of imagine possibilities. And, like I said, I love doing theater. Because the theater group I was a part of, kind of got kiboshed all during COVID because, there was no performances, no nothing. But I'm really looking forward to being able to get back into it. I mean, it's okay, but I haven't found a really good server yet, so not really got into it, for JJ. Yeah, and, share what you know. Hydrate. Thank you for the reminder, and welcome. Share what you know. Hello, how are you? I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And, I mean, maybe... it's Make It Happen Monday. Maybe it's playing that game that you've been put off playing. Or, if you want to try a game or something like that. I mean, today is a wonderful day to, for those who are home, or that there's a holiday, then, today would be a great day to just hang out and relax and maybe either just play a game or stream a game or get into somebody else's game. Let's see. You ever been to the land of the rising sun? Not yet, but I intend to. Absolutely. And, it's like, oh my gosh, I want to go like all through Asia, and I want to go to, I've always, ever since I was little, I wanted to go to go see the temples in Japan and see the imperial palaces. And I've always thought that was amazing. And for a while, my ex-husband, years and years ago, he was working for a company that was going to transfer him to Japan for 2 years. He was going to do work with a company there. And so, myself and my son, at that time we only had one, and we were going to go. And so I began to practice a little bit of Japanese, and I learned Nihongo wa hon no skoshi suka shirimasen, and Ohayo gozaimasu. Sushi plus Kobe steak. Oh, top of the list. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. That sounds so amazing. I'm determined to just eat my way around the planet because, going to places and trying foods that I've never tried. I'm a tremendously adventurous eater. I don't know about, some of you folks, but, I'm so tremendously an adventurous eater. I can teach you a little. Oh my God, I want to learn Welsh. Oh wow. I want to learn Gaelic. I'd love to learn Gaelic. I'd love to learn Welsh because those are all places. When I was little, I wanted to learn a lot of different languages. And it's like, because I always figured I wanted to travel the world. And I wanted to be able to at least tell people hello and speak a little bit, and to be able to, converse a little bit. And it's like, oh my gosh. Boreda is good morning. Let's see. Boreda? So, yeah, spell it out phonetically. So it looks like it would say Boreda, or because sometimes the D's are pronounced different. Like the D's might sound like a TH or something. Boreda. I know bom dia in Portuguese, and it's like, yes, you got it first time. See, I have kind of a knack, like if I read words in other languages, I can actually almost sound like I know what I'm saying. So, oh, you got it first time. See, so when I come and visit you, then yeah, Boreda. When I come and visit you, then you can not only show me all the coolest place to eat, but help me. Shwame. Oh, that one's tricky. Shwame. I think. Shwama. Yes! Yay! 2 for 2! Okay, start hitting me with whoever has something, just hit me with it. Oh, but it is just so cool. Languages are amazing. Maybe what you want to make happen this week is you start learning a new language. Because actually, and especially, Nosda is good night. Ooh, I am. Oh, okay. Share what you know is okay. Share what you know is pulling out the big guns. Okay, let me look at this for a second. Let's see. Humu nuku nuku kuapua. Humu nuku kuapua. Yes. Oh, share what you know is trying to be tricky, is trying to mess with the old lady. But learning a language is considered, one, tremendously important as you get older, because when children are very young, they can pick up languages very easily. And as you get older, it gets to be more difficult. But it activates aspects of your brain that can be tremendously, energized by the process of learning a language. And what studies have shown is that, especially for older people, learning a language can actually help keep the brain very active, and it also delays the effects of aging, such as, memory loss, and, and even it minimizes, the onset of dementia, things like that. Because a lot of the time, when people are, they reach a certain point that, there is that kind of a decline that can happen. But learning a new language actually will counteract that decline. So yes, I definitely want to learn a lot of languages and try to, keep the old heads, as sharp as I can, because there's still a lot of stuff I want to do. And, I always love it when people come into the chat and, for someone who grew up where, the only connection was a phone on the kitchen wall, and, all of this, we would have thought only happened in science fiction movies. But the fact that there's an opportunity to connect with people from all over the world, and to not just hear about their languages, but to hear about their cultures, to hear about, what it is they do. And I find that to be just amazing and wonderful. And, I'm so thrilled. And that's why it's like, in 2 years, well, specifically 2024, well, more specifically, June 18th, 2024, and even more specifically, June 18th, 2024 at 3 o'clock, I will retire. And at that point, I will travel around in an RV, and, I just really want to visit America. Oh, Charlotte, if you ever visit America, totally, we got you covered. There are so many people who will show you around, and we will just be fighting over whose part of the country that you get to come to, because then we all get to enjoy you. But if you do want to come here, absolutely, you got to stream with at least one of us. You got to stay with one of us streamers so you can stream with one of us. But that would be so cool. And being able to just appreciate everything that this world has to offer, because there's so many amazing things. And I know it's really easy to get weighed down by the hard things that happen in the world. Yeah, ladies, first up, I'm telling you, you got to, we'll tell you what, I'll meet you over at Lady Oryx's house. I will make a trip. I will get the RV early so we can, I will go over there and show up. Hey, party at Lady Oryx's house. But, the idea that, there are so many amazing things in the world. There's so many amazing things in this country. There's so many amazing things, that often, we can, ha ha ha, deal. Yeah, we just have to let her know about it. Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, we're having a party at your house. And hey, to be able to see Lady Oryx dance in person would be an amazing thing. But being able to look at, what are possibilities? What is it that you'd like to do? What would you like to make happen? It's Make It Happen Monday. And it's not that you have to make it happen just on that Monday. But the first part of making something happen is to think about it. To think, man, it would be cool if ... and fill in the blank. What would be cool for you to do this week? What would be something that is like, what? By the end of the week, I would really love to, be able to get even this one little thing done. And, and maybe it's something we need to do. And maybe it's something we want to do. And there should be an equal balance between, if there's something that you're facing that, is like, serious stuff, and you got to get it done, and you got to get it taken care of, and it's weighing on, your body, your mind, your spirit. Yeah, sometimes we just got to jump in with both feet and, well, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to get it done so I can get it out of the way and I don't have to think about it. There's those things. So you can, have a get it done, make it happen and make that happen. But also make sure you make something fun happen. Make sure you make something enjoyable happen, because you deserve to have some fun. You deserve to, to enjoy life. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to be acknowledged. I had a very interesting conversation with someone over the weekend. And, we were talking about the idea of being loved. And, she said, well, do you think that everyone deserves love? And I said, yes, I do. And she said, well, everybody would want to be loved. And I said, I don't know if I totally agree with that. Because sometimes when people don't love themselves, they have a tendency to want to avoid it. because what they feel inside ends up being their reality. So it's like, well, I can't love myself, so nobody else should love me. But do I believe that everyone deserves to be loved? Yes. Does everybody deserve to, be, approved of what they do? No. No. I mean, some people do some really bad, lousy things. And they should have consequences for that, and they should grow and learn from it. But do I believe that everybody should be loved? That everybody deserves love? Yeah, I do. Because I think that everyone carries both light and shadow inside of them. And if someone is behaving in a way that would say, well, they should not be loved, it's like, well, you don't have to like what someone does. But as a fundamental being, I think that when somebody finds out that they are loved, that it can change something inside of them. That maybe it can help them see the world in a different way. Maybe they can realize that if they can be loved, that they can be loving. That they don't have to, reject the world. That they don't have to, well, I'm going to make sure I get, I'm going to control getting myself kicked out so I don't have to worry about being rejected. If I do it to myself, then it doesn't hurt so bad. I believe everyone deserves love. And I believe that also everyone needs to play nice. Or it would be a really good idea if they did. And sometimes, people can get into a really bad space. And sometimes they feel alone. Sometimes they feel isolated. And to have somebody say, hey, you matter. I'm here for you. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I say stuff like that a lot on this stream. And I know people think it's like, well, she's just kind of looking into a camera. She doesn't mean me. She's not talking to me. Yeah, I am. I am talking to you. And whether I've ever met you or not, I'm still talking to you. I love you. And, COD grinding is a pain in the ass. And J-Stun-Z comes in with, an interesting, COD, Call of Duty. Yes, but, okay, it's a pain in the ass. We're going to take a little detour here. But, J-Stun-Z, have you used my favorite phrase? And for those who don't know, J-Stun-Z knows very well the phrase I'm talking about. Because there is almost nothing funnier than watching Jay playing a game, seeing that level of frustration rise until he finally bursts out with, I hate this effing game! So, yeah. I'm trying to unlock the baseball bat at least 30 times. Yes, my phrase is out there. But, anyway, detour. But, I know that it's hard to hear somebody who you've never met tell you that they love you. I know it's hard to believe it when somebody says they're proud of you, who it's like, well, they don't know me. They don't know what I've been through. They don't know, the bad things I've done. True. And I also know that you've done good things. And I also know that you've tried really hard. And you've worked really hard, that there's at least some things in your life that you worked really hard for, and some things that you were disappointed by, and some things that didn't work out even though you tried your best. And because I know that, I'm proud of you. Because I know that everybody does need to hear it sometimes. I love you. And I mean that. Because I do believe that everyone deserves love. Okay, mushy moment over. And some people, it's like, oh, you make me cry. It's like, well, I hope it's a happy cry. But, we can balance it out. But, I'm fascinated with this whole, J-Stun-Z trying to unlock a baseball bat in Call of Duty. I didn't even know that Call of Duty had a baseball bat. I just thought it was like shoot 'em up, bang, bang. So, and considering the fact that I am, we love your words of wisdom. Oh, thank you, sweetie. You're pretty wise yourself. And, I always tell people that the only reason I'm so wise is because I've done a lot of dumb things in my life that I took the time to learn from. But they were pretty dumb things. So yes, every once in a while, because I am honestly old enough to be the mother, if not the grandmother of most of y'all, that I feel every once in a while, I can honestly say I kind of get a motherly feeling. And I do. I actually feel very motherly towards so many of you. I wish I was wise. Oh, sweetie, you are. Oh my gosh. You are wise. You have been through stuff that, that is unique to you. You have viewed the world in a unique way. You've had experiences that maybe not a lot of people have had. So, yeah, you are wise. And you're wiser than you were a year ago. You're wiser than you were 10 years ago. And you're nowhere near as wise as you're going to be. But you're already wise. And, and I've listened to you give your little bits of very good advice in supporting somebody who is having a tough time. So, yes, sweetie, you're plenty wise. Jay Stunzy, I'm a wise ass. Oh, I'm telling you. See, and do not even let Jay Stunzy fool you. Okay, yeah, sustained. But he is, and he is one of the most, okay, I'm calling out Jay Stunzy as a tremendously compassionate person. Deal with it, Jay. You're a nice guy. You're wonderful. I promise I am going to tackle hug you whenever, the first time I see you, you're getting tackle hugged because you are such an awesome, sweet person. And I'm sorry. Anybody who is willing to put on a whoopee cushion costume, I'm sorry. For the sake of making someone else smile, that is someone who is awesome and who is very sweet. And you make popcorn. Everybody who makes popcorn is wonderful. He has a popcorn maker too. Seriously. I'm going to be going to New York just so I will have proof of Jay's extreme popcorn making abilities. True, tough times make you wise. What's the saying? Calm seas don't make great sailors. So, lies. I did none of those things. Calling you out, Jay. But, yeah, the more that we have to deal with, the more we're capable of dealing with. It takes a lot of pressure to make a diamond. And the finest steel is forged in the hottest fire. So if you've been through a lot, you are wise. Because even if other people have gone through something like it, they didn't go through it from your exact perspective. When did you say your hot tub stream was going to be, Jay Stunzy? Oh, Jay Stunzy is doing a hot tub stream? Oh my God, a hot tub stream wearing the whoopee cushion. Okay, that would be viral. That would go viral. Lies! I'm telling you, Jay Stunzy in a whoopee cushion costume in a hot tub gaming. Oh my God, that would be, don't hold the thing because don't drop the controller in the water because I don't even know if that would electrocute you. But yeah, losing my stepmom and mom last year. Oh my God, you lost both of them and really affected me, but I feel like I'm managing more than I thought I would. You know what? First off, I am so sorry. I am, I remember when I lost my mom, and that is a special, different type of, every loss is different, but there's something about your mom that can, depending on your relationship, of course, but that can be really hard. So I'm so sorry. And, absolute hugs to you. And yeah, often, it's when those times come up that we find out that we're stronger than we thought we ever could be, that we're more resilient than we ever thought ourselves capable of being. And losing someone and having to still deal with stuff and and details of, of that situation when you have to deal with things like that. She was, he passed away in July from a heart attack. She was 55. Oh my gosh, she was so young. And my mom had end-stage kidney failure and went to hospital for dialysis in November. However, she caught COVID and passed away in the hospital. She was 60. Oh, Charlotte, I am so sorry. I mean, I'm sure they were both amazing women and who will definitely live on through the amazing stuff that you do, and that they were a part of who you are. And so in that way, I always think of the Elton John song, Beautiful in My Eyes, and it's like the part of the song, what was it? The lifetime of smiles, and when it comes to embrace for that long last while, we'll laugh about how time really flies. We won't say goodbye 'cause true love never dies. They were. My stepmom was in mine and my sister's life for 20 years, and I'm 25 and my sister's 23. But we have been strong together, although I have my moments. We all do. We all have our moments. And anybody out there who is grieving, I mean, it's about going from one moment to the next. I mean, it's like they talk about the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But the thing is we can look back through that on many different levels. It's like we go through the process at one level, and then there's always a deeper level as we look at really what that relationship meant, looking at the parts that were wonderful and the parts that maybe weren't so wonderful, and the parts that have the regret with it. And when I lost both my sister and my mom, I was able to spend time with them, and before they passed, because there's always stuff that is kind of in a part of the history. And I remember when my sister, she was 34 when she passed, and we were trying to figure out a way, because we weren't close when we were young, and so we were trying to figure out a way to kind of talk about it, because we didn't want her to pass and to have stuff between us. And so finally I looked at her and I said, if there is anything that you think I should apologize for, I'm sorry. And if there's anything that you would like to be forgiven for, I forgive you. And she looked at me and she kind of grinned and she said, well, that made it easy. And she said the same thing. And in that moment, we were able to settle it. I mean, we didn't have to hash through everything item by item. It was like, and honestly, if there was anything that she felt I should apologize for, I'm sorry. And I said the same thing to my mom before she passed. And being able to say, without having to go through everything, it's like, and it didn't even matter if I thought I should apologize. If she thought I should apologize, that I was sorry. And, I wouldn't want her to have to go through all the things she felt bad about. Just that if there was anything she was sorry for, I forgave her. And by doing that, it's like, okay, we're complete with that. We don't have to go back into that anymore. And it was honestly how I felt. It wasn't just saying something to make her feel better, because it was something for me too. And sometimes I think that we don't have to go so much into the details if at the heart of it, it's just, I forgive you, or I'm sorry. And, going forward to do better. And I was very lucky, because with the cancer, I tried to look for the gift in everything. Even the bad stuff, there's a gift. The gift that losing my mom and my sister had, and, and there were so many hard things about it, But one of the most important gifts is that we did have time to connect. I mean, I was my dad's girl. I was, you know, everybody knew that I was my dad's favorite, and it's like, okay, live with it. And we had a closeness that I didn't have with my mom because my mom and my sister were close. Well, my dad passed away, and my mom, she said, "I've lost my best friend, and I know you did too." And, which was true. And then when my sister passed away, both my mom and I had lost the ones that we were the most attached to, so we learned to attach to each other. And we actually did end up growing very, very close by the time my mom passed. And, it's been a lot of years. And I don't think a day goes by that I don't think of one of them. It's just the difference is now when I think of them, I smile. When I think of them, it's gentle. And at first, it isn't gentle. At first, thinking about someone who you love who passed, it's okay to cry. It's okay to miss them. It's okay to, to not let them go quite yet. To hold on to some of that good feeling. And, even if it does make you cry, crying is a part of letting go. I was once told by a medicine man I went to a very powerful ceremony, and he said that tears are the most sincere form of prayer. And I was so touched by that it's like, so it's like that idea that, crying, I don't know why crying became a bad thing. Why showing our emotion, and especially for my brothers, and, for guys who grew up hearing that, boys don't cry. The hell they don't. It's good for everybody to be able to cry. And it's good for everybody to be able to laugh. It's good for everybody to be able to celebrate. And it's good for everybody to be able to grieve. And wherever you are on that spectrum, know that whatever you're feeling is the perfect thing for you to be feeling at this moment. When life is hard, as the saying goes, life, it's fun until it isn't, and it sucks until it doesn't. Shameless, merch plug. You can go to the channel page. I do have merch. So, but, the thing is that, when it sucks, it sucks. And we shouldn't pretend it doesn't. We shouldn't try to convince ourselves that, everything is awesome when it's not. To be able to be authentically, I would rather be authentically miserable than falsely positive or, faking being happy. Because if your life sucks, it sucks. And the more we acknowledge that, the more we're able to shift that. Even if it's just going, well, this is a thing and it sucks. But the thing is, no matter what we're feeling in any given moment, that feeling is going to pass at some point. There were times when I didn't want to cry because I thought I wouldn't stop. Well, of course we'll stop. Our bodies are only going to let us cry for so long, and then it becomes exhausted. Just like, using a muscle. You can only, strain a muscle so long, and ultimately it will exhaust. And sometimes we need to have a good cry or a good laugh. But it's unique for each person, what you need in that moment. And I know that each one of us has a unique wisdom as to really what we need in any moment. We just have to be willing to say that's what we need and to acknowledge that's what we need. If we need to have a total venting out, griping bitch session, yes, I did, I said a swore, but if we need to have one of those and we've got a friend who's like, you know what, can you listen to me vent for like a little bit? Sometimes that's what we need. And then once you get it outside of yourself, because the whole point is when we carry around that heavy stuff, if we can get it outside of ourselves, then we can actually take a look at it rather than have it churning around inside. And sometimes we do need that. And sometimes we need to go, you know what? I need to call that friend who always makes me laugh, who always has a joke, who always is able, no matter how bad I'm feeling, they can, you know, tease me and bug me until I can't help but grin. And then that's what we need. No matter how good we feel or how bad we feel in any given moment, or wherever along the spectrum that falls, every feeling we have is going to pass. And we can't try to cling to any of those feelings. It's like people who are very negative people who always want, you know, something bad to be going on so they can continue to feel bad because that's what they're used to. Oh boy, sirens outside. Okay, that's uncomfortable. Okay, so, I mean, you know, I'm guessing you guys can probably hear that. Yeah, that kind of makes me uncomfortable because of the fact, I mean, I've had to evacuate my home. They're coming to take me away. Oh, I wish. I mean, after having, like, you know, to evacuate because of a fire and not knowing if my home was still here, and that was hard. And sometimes now when I hear a siren, it's like I flash back to that moment when it was just like having to get out and feeling hot ash raining down and having people say, we have to get out. And, you know, and at that time, one of the times, the only way out was being threatened by fire. And that idea that we might have been trapped. And I had to get out. I had to choose out of all the things I had what I could take, because I couldn't take everything. And that's hard. I mean, if you had 30 minutes to get out, I mean, you know, we're just going to kind of, because, you know, sirens and stuff like that. If you had 30 minutes to get out of your house and you had 30 minutes to grab the things that were most important to you, what would they be? Consider that. If you had to evacuate and I mean, there was no guarantee. In fact, it was likely that anything you left would be gone. What are the things that you would most likely want to take and grab first? And, you know, it's interesting because even, you know, if there's no crisis or something, you know, there's a part of me now that always, it's like, okay, I know where that is. I know where that is. I know where that is. And when I came back, it took me like at least a couple of weeks before I unloaded my car, because I didn't feel safe, because I felt like, you know, well, what if another fire happens, or what if it rains and the mountain slides down and I've got to get out? You know, do I know where everything is? How fast can I pack stuff up? And, you know, it is a form of like post-traumatic stress disorder that a lot of people up here have. And I guess it's sort of, you know, kind of came up for me because I went to go visit my friend and she was involved in this fire that literally took out their town, and watching it trying to rebuild. And there used to be tons of trees, and, you know, now there's just like burnt remains still years afterwards. I mean, things are growing back, but, you know, oh, Hyperachieve Chachi. Good morning, my friend. Hello, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. You know, good morning, morning, and I hope you're having a wonderful one. And, you know, glad that you are here. I hope you're doing well. I hope that, you know, things are going nicely for you. And, you know, it is, you know, it's sort of that kind of deal with things. You know, I had to deal with the fact that, you know, I spent, you know, 7 years that I felt totally safe here. This was my safe place, my little cabin in the woods on the mountain surrounded by trees. And suddenly it wasn't safe because I had to leave it, and suddenly it felt vulnerable, and I had to deal with that. I'm about to shower, lol. I'm doing good, but yesterday was intense. I drank 9 cups of coffee. Well, did you put butter in it? See? What are you talking about? Actually, we were talking about a few different things. We talked a little bit about Memorial Day, which is, you know, our celebration of all those who passed in military service. Blessings to them. We talked a little bit about love and how I believe everyone does deserve love. We talked a little bit about how even though I've actually only met one person that I know on Twitch in person. And yet, when I sit and tell you that I love you, that I believe in you, that I'm proud of you, that I mean it completely. And acknowledging that every single person has their stuff that they go through that makes them wise in their own unique way, that each person carries their own unique wisdom that nobody else has, and how important that is. And we talked a little bit about, you know, dealing with how we deal with trauma and how we deal with grief. Because this is about Make It Happen Monday. So sometimes in order to make something happen, we have to look at why it's not happening. What is it that is holding us back from making something happen? And even if it's a small thing, it's like, okay, I've been needing to do those dishes, you know, for the dishes are piling up. Well, what keeps you from doing the dishes? Would it make you happy to do the dishes? Well, maybe not doing the dishes, but will having the dishes done make you happy? So yeah, we're kind of all across the board. And, you know, if anybody brings up stuff that they're interested in talking about, awesome. But yeah, if you drink coffee and you've never tried it with butter, give it a try. I know, the first taste is going to be weird, especially the texture. What? What is it? Come here. Come on, Luna. Okay. Alrighty. Oh. Luna, say hi. Oh my God, I gotta do the dishes. Oh, JJ says hi. Yes, the Luna kitty who lives in the moment, who was very, oh, yep, Chachi says hi too. You know, Luna had to stay home because I was gone for 2 days. And so, you know, I figured it's like, well, you know, a cat can actually stay indoors. She's got her box. She had plenty of food, you know, and she had lots of water. And she was not amused when I got home. I got home late and she bolts out the door, which I don't like letting her out at night because, you know, living out in the woods, there are predators and they usually decide that nighttime is eating time. And a lot of people end up having cats that don't come back and animals that don't come back. So I don't like her going out, but, you know, and eventually she came back in, but she was not happy with me for a bit. So, what are you looking at? Is there something you're looking at? Okay, you go investigate. I think she saw something near the door because, you know, it's like, ooh, what's that? I need to look at that. So, oh my God, I got to do the dishes. And see, even if Make It Happen for this week, if you decide, you know what, for this week, my goal is to get my dishes done, and you do it, yay, you did something. My cat never leaves my house. He's a prisoner. Yep, you know, it is, yeah. Okay, gotta head out. Have a great rest of your day. Mwah! Have a great rest of your day, too. Happy Memorial Day. Amazing. You have fun, and definitely, you know, we'll be checking out if Infamous is gonna, you know, if y'all click onto that name and make sure that you go to that channel and give a follow, and you know, let's share the love, let's share the fun, and Chachi, you know, let's get a shout out for Chachi. If one of my moderators is hanging out, if you could do a shout out for hyperactive Chachi, that would be awesome. And but yeah, you know, let's thank you. Mwah. Meow Memorial Day. Oh, JJ has competition for the puns. Oh my gosh. Shots fired, JJ. You got to come across with a pun. Now he's on the thing. He's on the edge. It's like, okay, all right, what can I do? But yes, absolutely. And, you know, and if you've got a stream coming up, please let folks know. It's okay. It's okay here to do that. I mean, don't be going. It's like, well, the gaming doc said that I could self promote on on her channel. It's like, well, yeah, but that's the gaming doc's channel. So, but here, yes, I highly encourage and actually love when people let us know when they're streaming, what they're doing, if it's their birthday, if they're really proud that, they got their to-do list done, or that they did the dishes or took out the garbage, or, are having a baby or getting married, or absolutely any reason to celebrate, because I love the idea of everybody celebrating something. There should be at least one thing we celebrate almost every day. And whether it's, you got up and you didn't have that neck thing that makes your neck hurt all the rest of the day, or you actually, I'm so unpredictable. I think I'll stream today. Woo! Nice! Well, if you do, not sure when, you know what? Well, see, that's why, folks, it's important to give this, give a follow, because, we've got a streamer here who is like dangling the possibility. It's like, well, maybe I'll stream today. Oh, Chachi's being so coy. But that way, when you do a follow, and all of these amazing, amazing folks who are here, in the chat, hanging out, they're the ones who are, helping make the world a better place. It doesn't matter to me what you stream, but by streaming, you make the world a better place. You make it gentler for somebody. You distract someone from something that's weighing on them. And I know that firsthand, because there have been times when stuff is weighing on me that, I'll just go in and I'll start checking out streams and saying hi, and, people are so friendly, and, they'll do silly things, and the commentary's fun. And I know that that helps me, be a little less sad sometimes. And, and if this stream supplies that, then, I'm honored. It's just that I want people to realize that while things can be bad, they're not always as bad as they are in our minds. We can create stuff that makes it extra bad, but we can also be able to say, you know what? It's going to be okay. Your energy makes my day. Oh, mwah, thank you so much, Chachi. That is so sweet of you. And I will definitely keep an eye out. I'm actually doing my hair today. It's like it's okay, Gaming Doc. It's time to do our hair, and so I'm going to be doing that. But I'm also going to be checking out the stream, so I'm definitely going to check out. And please, 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 everybody, make sure that you go through this amazing chat, this amazing cast of characters who are well worth the follow. You'll be very happy that you did. And I will definitely be keeping an eye out for you, Chachi, to see when when the notification comes up, because I get notifications. And it's just it really is. It's, if we can at least consider that every day that we've gotten one gift. And sometimes it's hard to find, sometimes it's hard to look for, but it's there. And I'm going to shower while I'm listening to this stream. All right, we're all going to shower with Chachi. Wow, that does sound a lot weirder. I mean, it sounded like, oh, this is kind of quirky in my head, but afterwards it's like, no, that's actually kind of weird. But hey, I'm old. We do that. Well, okay then. Oh my goodness. But it is, well, you go and enjoy your shower. And it is, there's if there's stuff that's hard, acknowledge that it's hard. If there's stuff that is scaring you, if there's stuff that is weighing on you, if there's stuff that's making you angry, it's okay. Acknowledge it, because that's a part of what you're experiencing. It's not all of what you're experiencing. It's just the part that has your attention most right now. And we can always divert our attention. I mean, even at times when I'm highly irritated about something, or frustrated about something, or, scared about something, and yes, I get all of those things too. I can, connect up with a friend, or I can play a video game, and then, I'll feel something else. We are always going to feel something else at some point. And the more we allow ourselves to flow with that, when you're grieving, you don't have to be sad all the time. You can if that's what you feel. But sometimes it's like, you have a chuckle about something. And just for that moment, what you feel shifts. And one day, that shift will become gradual, where what you grieve is not what you think the most of. It's just a thought that comes every once in a while. And then you think about something else. And that's okay. Feel whatever you feel when you're feeling it. Be real in what you feel. Be authentic in what you feel. You have the right to feel whatever it is that you want to feel in any moment. You don't have to feel what somebody else says you have to feel, or react in a way that you don't feel like reacting to. And oh, by the way, you don't even have to justify it or explain it. You don't have to justify how you feel or what you believe or what you think. I mean, the friend who I went to visit, we have, opposing political views. And we know we're not going to change either one of our minds. So, if we present something, the discussion is from the point of view without having a goal of changing how the other person feels. We simply state how we feel. And then we talk about something else. And it's okay. That's why I think debate should be taught to children from a very young age. Because the nature of debate, like, debating team type of debate, you can be passionate what you're talking about, but not attached to it. You don't attach to changing somebody else. You give a persuasive discussion and then you let go. And then it's like, well, either they're convinced or they're not. But you don't emotionally attach to, no, I need you to agree with my perspective. I think that takes a lot of work and a lot of energy. If I give an opinion, which everything I say is my opinion, is my perspective based on my experience, and therefore, if someone has an opposing one, they have every right to it. And it's not about changing anyone. It's about, we can share information that maybe if somebody, because, people have shared something with me that it's like, wow, I felt a certain way, and then I was given information, and it's like, that does change my perspective a little bit. It may not totally change my perspective, but it does give me more information. It gives me something to think about. And I appreciate whenever anybody gives me something to think about, because the more thoughts I have, the more I can experience, and the more understanding I can have of the world around me. And there's stuff that I've never experienced that it's like, okay, explain it to me. And one of the things that I find that is such a good way to deal with people with opposing viewpoints is that I will simply say, I don't understand why you feel the way you do, but I would like to try. Can you explain it to me? And I have found that statement opens up. People are not defensive. They don't feel they've got to fight me and convince me of something. Then it just becomes an explanation, because I've invited the explanation. And I listen to what they have to say, and, and I'll say, okay, well, thank you. You've given me something to think about. And it's amazing how gentle people become when they have a chance to just state their perspective, to not have it argued, and I wouldn't argue the point or point counterpoint type of thing. It's like, just thank you. You've given me something to think about. And what I do with it at that point is then up to me. But yeah, if we can, one of the things we can make happen is being gentler, and being gentler toward ourselves, being gentler towards each other. And when we start doing that a lot, it's amazing how much fun we can all have. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with other people. Not everybody's at the same stage of development. So, if it seems that somebody just isn't getting it, maybe they're just not there yet. And they will. They'll get there one day. But if they're not there now, that's all right, because that's where they need to be. Because they're in their own learning curve, just like we're all in our own learning curve. And frankly, there's nothing I love better than the learning curve, because it allows me to, when I admit that there's stuff I don't know, that just gives me way more stuff that I can learn, and I'm very excited by that. So, you know, if what you make happen this week is deciding something you'd like to learn, go for it. You know, whether it's a big thing or little thing, make something happen this week. And I'm pretty sure you'll be glad you did. So, we went a bit over time, but before we leave, I decided that I am going to share. Now, for those of you who have been a part of the channel, you know that every 3 months we do a giveaway. And I'm very excited about the giveaway. And the giveaway is going to be on July 1st, which means that everybody has the entire month of June. It takes 4,000 channel points to be able to get into the drawing. And what happens is, dang, today went pretty quick. What? It's been almost an hour and a half. But, you know, you get a spot on a wheel, and then we spin the wheel, and somebody will win. And the first time we did, it was a monitor. And the second time, it was a gaming keyboard. And, drum roll please. This, it is it's a set. And it is a keyboard, a mouse, a headset, and a mouse pad. So let's see, is that, yep. So this is what is being given away this month. A whole set, that is right. So, for everybody, this is going to be getting sent out to some amazing lucky person who is whose name goes in. We've already got lots of names in, so you have a whole month to build up some channel points, and you build those up just by coming in and hanging out with us. And if you don't end up with the channel points, then that's okay, because in 3 months I'm going to be giving away, 3 months after that I'm going to be giving something else away. So we'll have the drawing on July 1st, or the spin on July 1st to pick the name, and then let's see, August, September, October. So in September we will do the next drawing. So if you don't have 4,000 channel points by July 1st, then just keep tuning in, because then you can be a part of the next drawing. But yes, an entire set, and this is going to be the prize. Something else I decided to do, I think that I'm going to do a thing for subscribers, for those, and you know, for those who follow, mwah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. It's so wonderful of you. And my amazing, wonderful subscribers who, you know, support this channel, and I am so grateful for. So we're going to see if we can drum up some interest in subscribing. So what I'm going to do, starting tomorrow, every time I get a subscriber, well, let's see. Actually, you know what? Tell you what. Every time I get a follower, we're going to do the Bean Boozle Fiery Challenge. Now, I'm a fan. Oh, Chachi, you're back. Okay. Oh, you didn't see. All right. So this is what, oh, there we go. This is what I am giving away at the, on July 1st. And for 4,000 channel points, you can get into the drawing. You can get your name on the wheel. But this, it's a keyboard, a mouse, a handset, and a mouse pad, all in one set. So, and I'm glad you're squeaky clean. So yeah, 4,000 channel points, you get into the drawing for that. And I am going to, for every follower that I get starting tomorrow, I will eat one of the fiery hot Bean Boozle beans. If you subscribe, for every person who subscribes or does a gift sub, then I will do 2. So, So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna see if we can get some subscribers going. And like I said, for all of you who do subscribe, I am so grateful. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and all of that. And I suppose I should do something for like bits too, if somebody does bits. Okay, so we'll do one for like a bit, like, you know, if you like do that. If you follow, I'll do 2, and if you subscribe, I'll do 3. So we're gonna have some fun. Like I said, I like hot things, but I was told these are actually really, really, really intense. So that should be interesting. And you know, I mean, you know, the whole thing, can't do water or milk or anything like that. Gotta hardcore it. So we're gonna have some fun in June. And again, if you want to be in on the drawing, 4,000 channel points, get your name on the wheel to win. Every 3 months I do a giveaway. So, you know, which, I mean, it's just like to, you know, I mean, I suppose maybe I could get like the other ones, the gross Bean Boozle beans, because there are some that's gross. Maybe I'll go ahead and order some of those. And July will be gross Bean Boozle bean. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. And speaking of having some fun, let's see who is on that we can. You know what, Johnny Tortilla. I have not done a raid for Johnny Tortilla in a dog's age. So we're gonna raid Johnny Tortilla. And we're gonna take the fun over JONNIETORTILLA. We're gonna go, and if you can come along on the raid, that would be awesome. If you can't, if you have to get along with your day, then thank you so much for joining, and thank you for being here. And I want to give a special thanks and love to everybody who's hanging out in the Loving Lurkers Lounge, because, you know, thank you so much. Non-gaming gamer! Oh my gosh! You came in just under the wire as we were saying goodbye. And also, okay, this is going to be the giveaway for July 1st. So starting June 1st, folks can save up 4,000 channel points, and somebody is going to win this. So, you know, but non-game gamer, and I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart. I hope you're healing up really nicely, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. So, thank you. I've got to go and do something with my hair, so my hair will look a little different tomorrow. But, thank you for being here, and I hope you remember to treat yourselves well. I hope you remember to make something. You know, if you're going to make something happen, make 2 things happen. One thing that you need to do and one thing that you get to do. And more than anything else, I hope that you remember, and always remember, that you are the only you in all of the universe. You're the only you that has ever been, and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary. Because as you, the only you, the universe wouldn't be the same or complete without you. Soap. Soap. We're going to go and do a raid. And like I said, if you can come along, awesome. If, you know, this is, you know, the end of your day, then, you know, enjoy it. And whatever it is that's going on with you, take care. And as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you. And as I used to tell my kids when they went to school, have a good day, learn something new. I'm proud of you, and I love you. Bye. Yes.